Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's DJ. His fourth make in 5 tries. Solid start for him. A major milestone in the career of MP. He's close to releasing his own signature shoe.
With MP and Jordan collaborating on this new shoe, you know it's going to be a hot commodity. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if sneakerheads were already lining up for it.
What's special about him is he is a natural leader and an active scorer. When Tatum is firing off the catch, you know he's feeling it.
Wow! That type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut. Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
Now here's Holiday. Oh, they get a hand on it. It was stolen by Lillard. The finish! And the dunk by Lillard.
Yeah, great to see Lillard work hard on this end and then be rewarded for his efforts on offense.
A minute 53 left in the opening quarter. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Here's White. Puts the move on. And the layup is good.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Here's DJ. He's guarded by White. DJ passes to Coffey. Here's DJ. Down low. Pass to Coffey. Here's DJ. Just 5 on the clock. Puts one up from 19. And it's in. Off the glass. DJ's got 15. Well, Grant, with the way MP's career has played out so far, he's already creeping towards the upper echelon of all-time greats.
Well, he's not at the top quite yet. But with the way he's played and the trajectory he's on, there's no question that he's up there with all the other superstars who played the game.
Lillard against Holiday. Pass to DJ. Fires at the elbow. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. 17 points in the game.
He's 7 out of 9 from the field to start off. Great output.
Here's Walsh. Back to Holiday. White with it. Tatum from long range. Williams grabs the board. The Bucks leading by 8. 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's DJ. He's guarded by White. DJ passes to Williams. Lets it fly. And it's Milwaukee scoring again.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Exposing the defense and taking advantage in the paint.
Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. The Bucks on top. They lead by 8. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And thanks again. Teams making some changes here. Here's Holiday. Yet to see a basket. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Walsh in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. Now here's Tatum. White for 3. It's cleared by Damian Lillard. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks. DJ in the last game against the Heat had a huge game. He had 57 points, and he was very efficient from the field. A legendary performance that will be talked about for years to come. Unless he's able to do it again tonight. Brian?
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Tatum on the drive. Rebound, Milwaukee. They're coming off that win against the Heat.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
Tough to keep the consistency from deep, but they did it last time.
DJ, no good. Celtics trail by 11. Outside Holiday. Launches a three. DJ pulls it in. Three-pointer. Holiday grabs the miss.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
White drives in. And a missed layup. Milwaukee leading by 11. Here's DJ. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Tatum. Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of the game now. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Porzingis. Can't get it to go. 2 for 4 thus far. Here's DJ. And he makes it. DJ's got 7 points for the quarter.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Boom! He jams it straight down.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
So it's Boston now. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end.
One of the most unselfish players in this league. That's a nice pass from Drew.
Milwaukee's gone 3 of 6 from outside in the second quarter. Shot is good by DJ.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
Outside White. Lets the three fly. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here's DJ. Gets it off. Oh, it would have. Counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks leading by 17 at the end of the period. And they've got a comfortable lead in large part due to their three-point shooting. More 2K action in just a moment.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Milwaukee Bucks.
They've been great on the boards. Once these guys establish the position, it's hard to rule them out, yeah, Shaq.
Tough physical approach. We'll see if adjustments are made on the other side to try and counter that. That's what you were going to say, wasn't it, Shaq?
Yeah, I was asleep. I'm sorry, Ernie.
And it's time now for the best part of the show. Let's see what the fans have to say. Here we go. Deep 3 Christie wants to know the following. If you guys could be one animal, what would it be and why? Thanks as always for watching. Let's
And with the second half upon us, we'll Find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. We've got Robert Williams, Amir Coffey out there with Damian Lillard, and it's DJ in at the shooting guard position. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season, pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people wanted to just click right away, but when you put two guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. B.A.?
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Outside Tatum. Now here's White. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
You look at his college days and his rookie year, Tatum has always been on a winning team, Richard.
B.A., I think it starts with his approach. There's always been an air of professionalism when it comes to Tatum. He's just a young player that is focused only on winning.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. And you look at Derek White, Richard, the energy he plays with, it is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having a high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down.
Good on the second one. Well, RJ, there have been so many great rivalries over the years. It's part of what makes the NBA special.
It elevates the league when there are great teams always meeting on the biggest stage. It makes everyone pay attention when the best players are matched up against each other.
The three, here's Lillard. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. And the layup is good off the glass. Tatum's got 15.
What muscle on that finish. It's hard trying to prevent Tatum from converting.
Lillard looking around. Banked it in off the glass. He's got 10.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Kessler, he's checked in for Boston. And this is a player who's been giving his all. Our Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
When you think about everything he's done on the offensive end, he's more than deserving of this award. He put his team on his back when it came to putting points on the board.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Walsh. Fires the three. Again, the miss by Boston.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds. Jackson, he's checked in for the Bucks. Hayes comes in for Damian Lillard.
Jackson, Killian Hayes.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Walsh. Hayes against Holiday. Tatum from long range. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Tatum's got 18.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
Hayes, the pass to Coffey. Williams, a screen on Tatum. Coffey. Off target from outside. Celtics trail by 19. Baseline jumper. And it's Tatum missing. The Bucks have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Pass to Kessler. Milwaukee with the rebound. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Now Hayes. Livingston, pass to Jackson. Here's Coffey. Here's Livingston. No good on the triple. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Over to the left wing. Outside Tatum. Lets it go from deep. Again, the miss by Boston. The Bucks leading by 21. And it's Jackson on the take. Over Tatum. Jackson can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Pass to Porzingis. Kessler against Williams. Holiday from long range. Coffey grabs the board. The Bucks have gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Here's Hayes. Here's Livingston. Back to Hayes. Over Holiday. Here's Williams. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Milwaukee sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Jason Tatum. He's out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Merrill in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's DJ. 6 on the shot clock. Well, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. And Grant, with the 65 games rule for player awards, it did seem there was a real reduction in load management.
Yeah, B.A., and I liked it. The Stars played more early on, but we also saw a lot of them get banged up by the playoffs. So it seems there's still a balance to be struck.
Boston making a switch here. Wade's checked in. Here's Tatum. The rebound by Jackson. And here's Jackson. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Next game against the Bulls at United Center. That'll be the second game of a 5-game road trip.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now here's Merrill. Here's Hauser. They get it back. Kessler passes to Wade. There's Tatum with the 3. Fires in the triple. Tatum's got 21 points in the game.
He knocked one deep ball in the first half, but you start to get the feeling he's finding his rhythm out there now.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And the upcoming schedule for Milwaukee. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Chicago Bulls. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You hear this all the time, but a road trip is a great chance for a team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry matters a lot in the NBA, and a trip like this can bring a team together.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Boston. Here's DJ. He's covered by Holiday. The three-pointer off the mark. Celtics trail by 20. Pass to Merrill. Outside Holiday from outside the arc. Again, the miss by Boston. The Bucks shooting around 59%. They've been outstanding on the offensive end. From deep three-point land, the long-distance 3.